This episode is brought to you by Verizon. Get a Verizon Business Unlimited plan from the network businesses rely on. Hey, Monica, with 5G Ultra Wideband in many more cities, you get up to 10 times the speed at no extra cost.
Hello, downloads in no time.
Plus, unlimited premium data and hotspot data to keep the signal flowing and your teams going. Come in or book an appointment with a Verizon business expert to find the right plan for your team. 5G Ultra Wideband available in over 1,700 cities with Business Unlimited Pro 2.0 smartphone plan. Speed comparison is to median Verizon 4G LTE speeds. Download speeds may vary depending upon network and coverage conditions and content optimization for 5G Ultra Wideband.
Did you know 77% of women who wear bladder weakness products experience intimate skin irritation?
As if having incontinence wasn't stressful enough.
But Tena Intimate Pads have been gynecologist tested and do not cause skin irritation.
Gentle on my intimate skin. I need to try Tena Intimate Pads.
Visit TenaSample.com for your free sample. Kind to skin protects like Tena.
You are listening to an entertainment program put together by a company called Financial Ineptitude. Anything said on this show is not an endorsement or professional advice. Would you really want to tell a court of law you were suing us because you thought taking financial advice from two idiots on a podcast put out by Financial Ineptitude was a good idea? Really? Clown hat smiley face.
Well, hello and welcome, everyone. Welcome back to the China Shop. You've made it to another thrilling episode. What would have been a guest episode has turned into a special Ask-a-Bull episode.
Ask-a-Bull, nice.
Ask-a-Bull.
It's like Paul Mooney's Ask a Black Man. Ask-a-Bull.
That's right. That's right.
Do we look askable?
We're very askable. We're relatable guys.
Yeah, why not? Oh man, how long have we known each other?
Good question. We met in programming, right?
Yeah. Although I saw you in high school during, oh man, what was it? There's some kind of karaoke thing going on.
Oh.
And you were wearing your leather pants, and I think you were singing like some Iron Maiden, or no, it wasn't Iron Maiden. Was it Danzig? Maybe
it was probably. You sure it wasn't the Doors?
I don't think it was the Doors. I think it was actually Danzig. I think you're singing Mother.
Okay, all right. No, that happened. Fair enough.
And yeah, my first thought was like, there's a guy who doesn't give a fuck. And everybody, all my friends were like making fun of you. And in my head, I'm thinking like, man, that guy's actually pretty good. Like that sounds just like the song. But I was not confident enough in myself to stick up for you. It was high school, different time.
That's okay. Because you know what? Your initial assumption of that, there's a guy that doesn't give a fuck. It's very accurate.
Right?
Yeah, you don't like me having a good time? Well, fuck you. I remember you from programming class, or should I say computer gaming 101.
Yeah, right. That class, it started out so strong, and then fucking StarCraft just absolutely ruined it.
Yeah. I mean, the teacher taught some good programming stuff. It's not like there wasn't room for learning, but she was like path of least resistance. And we had a computer network before the internet. If you wanted to play 8-player gaming, you had to have a wired network.
Right.
Which, I mean, probably kids today are like, wired network, what's that?
It's called a hotel party. You go rent a hotel room. Everybody brings their Xboxes and TVs.
That's right. Exactly right. Oh, good times.
But yeah, oh man, it was the first year or two was like actually learning how to program. It was getting exciting. And then we got to like C++, and then like the golden year of video games just started like bombarding us with these awesome titles.
Oh yeah. No, this is very true.
Battlefield, StarCraft, Grand Theft Auto was another one. And this is the only place you had access to all these games. So then suddenly just one person took the class seriously, and then hey, can we work on this project together? All right, you got it. I'll be over here.
Well, and remember what I said. It was a network. So if anybody did the program, it was there on the network. Anybody else could just grab it.
Oh, that's right.
How did they do that thing?
I felt so bad for that teacher too, because you could tell that she was she didn't care as long as the work got turned in, but eventually it got so bad she literally had a breakdown.
Yeah, she could only rein in so many teenagers, and we were all pretty. I mean, I don't want to say anti-authoritarian, but people just didn't give a shit.
Well, it's hard to listen to anything when you're like zoning in a game. Like you just tune it out.
Yeah.
It's like mom tries to get you to take out the trash. You're like, oh, whatever, I'll do that later. I'm busy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like nobody's paying attention to it.
So imagine like having a classroom full of that. Oh, that poor teacher. Mrs. Bartlett. I wonder if she's doing all right.
I hope so.
Well, Dan, since it's supposed to be an Ask a Bull show, should we ask each other questions or take some listener questions?
We got any good listener questions?
We've got a few good listener questions. I don't know if we want to start with the good ones or start with the fun ones.
It's up to you, man.
All right, let's see.
I'm just here for the. I think before we get to the questions, we should briefly say that we had. Was this our third no call no show on an interview?
But over the course of 18 months, that's pretty good success rate, right? It was just 2 in a row that got kind of frustrating.
Yeah, 2 in a row, and you know, I don't want to say it's because they're crypto and crypto related.
No,
but I certainly thought it pretty loudly.
That thought crossed my mind too. No, actually, the last one was actually a miscommunication with the agent.
Okay,
so we won't call him out live.
Okay, good. Not his fault, not our fault, just communication issues. So,
all right. First question comes from Robert.
Okay.
He wants to know if we can live stream this while we record it, and then we can also handle live questions too.
Yes, we could do that, Robert. Next question.
All right. Dan, do you have any pets?
That is. We're gonna move on. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a webcam, so it kind of makes that difficult.
Yeah, we got to get Kyle a good webcam, and then we could stream it. But also, we would need to schedule that ahead of time. We're kind of just doing this shooting from the hip.
Much more ahead of time, yeah.
Any pets do I have? I don't have any pets of my own. Jen has 2 dachshunds that, you know, when you hang out with somebody's kids long enough, they start calling you dad.
Oh, yeah.
It just happens, you know. So I've got some dachshunds that definitely consider me one of their owners, for sure.
I've heard dachshunds are not intelligent dogs. Is there any truth to that?
You know, that is not my experience. My experience is dachshunds are really lazy, but if it comes to solving some sort of puzzle to get food that's not theirs, they become mastermind geniuses.
Sounds like pets in general. You have any good stories about them? What's their names?
Jinx and Voodoo.
Nice.
They are jet black, long-haired dachshunds.
You ever dress them up in a hot dog suits? Like that Super Bowl commercial?
No, they don't like to wear clothing, unfortunately. I did try and dress them up as Harry Potter wizards once, but...
Like pet, like father.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I had a Slytherin sweater, and, you know...
Oh, I meant the hatred of clothing.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was dressing up like Harry Potter at the time, and I thought, why not the dogs?
You met my cats, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if the names have ever come up on the show, Calvin and Hobbes, but they're also both females. But I was not allowed to name them Susie or Rosalind after the babysitter, so it had to be Calvin and Hobbes. The reason being that there's just too many Sues that we know, and they just get way too confusing.
Yeah. I think you had those cats for several years before they ever came out while I was over your house.
Actually, it was the road trip bringing them up to Illinois when I moved.
Yeah.
That I think did it. God, you remember that? We had to drug them?
Yeah.
It was almost 24 straight hours in a car. And I think the cat immediately shit the cat carrier.
Oh, yeah.
Like as soon as we got out of the driveway.
First 10 minutes.
It's just what it tends to do. That cat is pretty bad at that.
Yeah.
But then the crazy thing was it actually fucking got out of the cat carrier. It unzipped the thing.
Oh, yeah.
And next thing I know, it's sitting in my lap, like drugged out of its mind, drooling on me. Yeah. Oh, that's so bad. Poor cat.
God, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, sat on my lap the whole fucking drive.
Yeah, it did. It did. And I took its cat sedatives and it didn't affect me. I was really disappointed.
No, me neither.
No, I didn't. I didn't take cat sedatives. I'm not a junkie. We've had some epic road trips, man.
Yeah, what was your favorite one?
No, it was coast to coast in under 48 hours.
It was 44 hours to be exact, wasn't it?
44 hours, Seattle to Norfolk.
That wasn't even planned to be coast to coast either.
Nope.
Or the time frame like that. We were supposed to stop at Mount Rushmore, Yellowstone. I don't know. We had a whole bunch of places mapped out, but every time we got to any of them, it was dark. So
all places I have yet to visit, by the way. Still on my list.
Me too. Yeah. Yeah, by the time I think we got halfway through it, we're just like, yep, fuck it. Let's just see how fast we can do this.
Right? If we keep going, we might be able to just nonstop drive.
Hang out in Norfolk. Oh, that was so brutal, though. I think by the end of it, like, neither one of us could drive more than an hour and a half.
Yeah. It's like, your turn. Because you're getting that weird half sleep.
Yeah.
You're not getting any real rest.
Oh, do you remember the one? You remember coming back from Santa Cruz? When we went to go visit Sage up there, one of our other high school friends.
Yeah.
I think this is back in the era of CDs, not Pandora. So I think we were listening to, I think it was The Doors. This Is the End.
Yeah.
And we're driving through this thick fog in the middle of the night. And like you kind of groggily come to and like, I think you asked me if we were dead. Did we crash?
Did we crash? Or are we dead? I'm just asking if I should go back to bed or actually wake up. Just need some clarity here.
The worst one was the one with your dad.
Oh, God. He's still doing it, man. Still doing it.
Driving on fucking LA freeways, and he's not even looking to change lanes.
I'd never been in the car with him driving like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened. Like if he wasn't in the same city as my mom, he became like a different driver is what happened.
Really?
It's so weird. Like when I was a kid, he was he didn't drive like that. But, so I was just as scared as you. It's not like I was used to that. Like, oh, this is just how Dad drives. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Why isn't Dad looking? He's just changing lanes.
And we went from LA to Portland like that to pick up a car for your brother.
Yeah.
I got to check and see if I still have the pictures from that road trip. Cause we stopped in Provo, Utah.
Provo, Utah. That's right.
Went to the college over there, and then I think we just randomly took pictures with me next to women.
Yes,
that girl sunbathing on the grass, and I just snuck up next to her.
Oh, and they're Mormons, so they're really polite,
but still really weirded out.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah, we didn't even get kicked out for that. It was the 90s. People were less scared.
Just being creepy at a college campus.
Yeah,
as a 16-year-old.
Right. A couple 16-year-olds, yeah.
I still can't believe my mom let me go on that trip with you.
Yeah, man, she must have trusted me. That was not wise of her.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, yeah, I've been such a bad influence in your life. Look at you now. I'm a total mess.
Right. All right. What other questions we got here?
What's the next listener question? Yeah.
David wants to know the most regrettable decision in your life thus far.
Oh, shit. I didn't know they were going to get real.
I think some of them are real. Some of them are fun.
Oh, biggest regret.
That's a tough one, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I know the funny one is I had an ex whose like mom was throwing it out there, and I regret not fucking her mom.
Just for the story, it'd have been worth it.
That's what I'm saying. Now I've got this story where I'm like, well, I'm like 90% sure because her dad was sleeping with some young girl at the time, and she wanted to get back at him, and she was really coming on strong, and I could have done it. But I didn't because I was all like, I don't know about my feelings and my relationship, and I'm confused. And
What's the serious answer?
Not being able to get a hold of, I should say, not trying hard enough to get a hold of a Creedence Clearwater Revival CD when my mom asked me to find one to play as she died at the hospice.
Oh shit! Ooh, that is heavy.
Yeah, well, the whole premise of the show. I'm honest, not holding back. You want to know my biggest regret? That's probably it right there.
And now I gotta answer that too.
Yeah, your turn. Now I get to listen.
Fuck. Well, it's not like that.
Kyle, you don't have to top it. It's not a contest.
One of them has to be not learning how to break up with women until way too recent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
My go-to move was just moving.
Just leave the city.
Yeah, the state. Let's see. There's Jamie. I had to leave 2 states to make that one stick.
Well, she kept following you.
I hope they don't listen to this. I don't think they do. I'm pretty sure when you do that to end a relationship, they probably don't follow up on you.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah. Let's rein that ego in a little bit there, guy.
It was super hard for me though to even like discuss my feelings like in a relationship at all. Like I just bottled it up. Like that's what men did in my experience. You just cram it into a ball and you stuff it down and then you pour alcohol on top of it until it goes away.
Stuff it down with some brown.
I think that's a Bill Burr bit, isn't it?
No, I'm stealing that from Danny DeVito and Always Sunny.
Oh, there you go.
Just stuff it down with some brown.
No, Bill Burr does a whole bit on stuffing your feelings down, but it's true. I think you're allowed to let a tear escape during like if your team wins a championship.
Good Lord. No, it's. I was raised in a similar environment, and it sucks.
Yeah,
but I get teary eyed at some movies now. Like as an adult, I've slowly broken down some of the walls.
Do you ever get teary eyed over like stupid movies, like where you shouldn't?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What is that all about?
I think it's whatever in that stupid moment just hits you on a deep level. Like there's a part. Yeah, this is back to Harry Potter. I'm going to come off as such a nerd. There's a part in the Harry Potter books, and it's just this stupid little part, and it makes me think of my mom and her love and attitude towards me. And it's just like this stupid little part in the book, but like every time it gets there, like I get some feelings inside. Sometimes I tear up.
I'm talking about like the really ridiculous ones. Like I was watching Bill and Ted's newest movie. I didn't know it came out. I saw it on Amazon Prime. This is like this week. And like when the girls are like, when they realize that they're the center of the story, they're the ones who put the band together. I was like, oh, like what is going on?
Why am I feeling feelings? Stupid.
It's so weird.
Stories.
I think I might have been a little inebriated.
Oh, well, it just loosens
might have had something to do with it. Yeah. It's like, oh, I feel like there's 40 years of pain that's just trying to make its way out.
Is that when you realize that you're the protagonist of your own life?
That's when I realized that I was trying to get the band together as the daughter. No.
You were the daughter all along. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're sharing a lot here. All right, here's a fun one. If you were a hot dog and you were starving, would you eat yourself?
I know I would. I'd be delicious.
Thank you. That's a Harry Carey skit, right? Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
If the moon's made of cheese, would you eat it? I know I would.
If you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself? I know I would. I'd be delicious.
That's a tough one, though, because you only do it so many times, right? I'm guessing you're not going to regenerate your rest of your hot dog body.
Oh, well, okay. First off, you're a hot dog. So you're made of like chopped up, chewed up, processed meat, right?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming if you're eating yourself, it's like a 1-to-1 replacement. Like there's no waste. It just goes back to the other end of the hot dog.
Do I have to remind you about the laws of thermodynamics and entropy? You can't put more energy into a system. You can't take more energy out of a system than you put into it.
Well, that's what I'm saying is there's none of the energy is being destroyed. You're not adding energy. You're not taking it away. You're just looping it around.
Isn't that how Pizza the Hut died in Spaceballs? He got stuck in his limo and ate himself to death.
To death. Yeah, that is. But might I also remind you that it's odd to play the thermodynamics card when we're talking about you being a hot dog, a sentient hot dog with a mouth.
You know what this is reminding me of is actually sitting on watch on the submarine. These are the kinds of conversations you'd get into, and that's exactly where the arguments would go into. You'd start pulling out math and physics to try to disprove an argument. We're talking about Ghostbusters.
Now, hold on. The mouth to hot dog ratio is important. How big of these bites are we talking? You couldn't possibly get big enough bites to really impact it. You'd be more mouth than hot dog.
And if you could actually create hot dogs out of being a hot dog and eating yourself, like why wouldn't you just eat other hot dogs and replace?
Holy shit!
Like, is that how you make a hot dog? Is by eating one?
That's how you make a new franchise animated series.
Eschenschnitzel.
Yeah. Mr. Eschenschnitzel.
Oh God! All right, let's see what else we got out here.
What else is on the docket?
There's quite a few good ones. Joel wants to know if it was scary bailing on the day job.
Oh,
yes, it's still scary. It wasn't. It's scary because I haven't quite hit that point yet where I still feel confident that I know what I'm doing. But the actual like quitting the job was really a lot easier than I thought it would be. I didn't realize how much I disliked what I was doing for a living.
Yeah.
And I think I've mentioned it before, but like actually finding something that I'm excited to get up and do every day. Never had that before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now if I can just figure out how to do it well. Like, why is it I'm good at, why am I so good at the things that I don't like doing?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I honestly I still have yet to pay my bills with trading. I've been doing other jobs and spending other monies to pay my bills. It's not trading yet. I'm just hoping.
I think it's pretty close, though.
I hope so. I'm also hoping I can just do it long enough, skate through long enough to get the podcast to a point where we actually see some sort of podcast success, pay the bills that way.
One or the other has to pan out, right?
Right. Right. I couldn't be a failure twice over.
I figure, is there any other industries that we could start up to that take minimal effort?
Minimal? Hey, this is taking way more effort than I ever thought it would. Minimal.
I know.
God, you know how many hours of audio I've had to edit? Jeez.
It's all gold like this. Joel also wants to know where we lived when we knew each other. We grew up in Tucson, Joel.
Yep. Good old Southwest, where I still am.
But neither of us were born there. You were born in Baltimore. I was born in Houston.
Yeah, that's right. I'm an East Coast carpetbagger. You're a Texan.
Don't mess with me. All right, Joel's got a bunch of other ones on here. Let's make sure we get to some of these other ones first.
Okay.
Right. Robert wants to know our first trade. I think you've told your story about your first trade.
Yeah, the utility stock when I was 13, dividend reinvestment program.
And then Enron.
And then, yeah, Enron fucked it all up.
Is that your most memorable too?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, I had it for like 8 years. You know, I mean, I was a long-term holder.
Yeah.
And it was, I was trying to research and look up to see if I had kept it in there and like moved it to a brokerage that did dividend reinvestment for me. Because originally the plan was done by the company. Yeah, It was in the 1994, 95. I actually just wrote a check to Utilicorp, the company, the utilities company.
Right. Oh, wow.
And like mailed it to their dividend reinvestment program. And so I bought the shares right from them and signed up into their program. So like I didn't have a broker for that. That was just through the company.
Right. Trying to think of the first one I bought. I think it was actually Walmart, now that I think about it.
Oh, when you were working there?
Yeah, because they did the employee investment program.
I was just there at that super Walmart walking by, and they don't have a seafood section anymore. But I was thinking about that.
Well, I started on the cart crew, Dan. I was cart crew for life.
I remember cart crew. bunch of crazy guys on that cart crew. I remember.
Oh God, we got in so much trouble too. Trying to think of some of the things we did. Let's see. I bought a swimming pool from the kiddie section and then filled it because it's 115 fucking degrees out there.
Right.
And we didn't have robots like everybody else. So I bought a kiddie pool so that way we could swim in it.
Right.
And they did not like that. We bought bed sheets once and made turbans so that way we can wet them down and wear that instead of no hat.
Yeah.
They took that away from us.
Not allowed to have hats.
Yeah. Just out there baking all day long.
Not the best job.
It was still entertaining. And it was like right across the street from where I actually lived at that apartment complex.
That was the best part.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that apartment. It got pretty bad there towards the end. I'm just saying.
It did. I didn't get my security deposit back.
Oh, I'm not surprised.
This is before I knew about electricity. I had a light switch short circuit, and I thought, I'll fix it myself. The lights are out, so obviously there's no power, and I blew my screwdriver out of the socket.
It just there were 2 bathrooms in that apartment, and one of the bathrooms just became like, oh, that's the dark bathroom.
Yeah, and the other bathroom, I got a cheap TV from Walmart during a Black Friday sale, and then that was just in the other bedroom that nobody used, angled so that way I could take a shit and watch TV.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
What was the question? Oh yeah, first trade.
Your first trade, Walmart.
So I don't know if that's necessarily a trade. And I need to check and see if I still own that. I thought I sold it a while back. Probably be doing all right now. And then he has another one here. It says crumple or fold. Is that laundry, I'm assuming?
Crumple or fold?
Bills?
I guess so.
If it's laundry, my wife is very good at folding. I was more of the style of when it's dry, then you just open the dryer and take out the clothing you need.
No, the dryer is where you keep your clothes.
Yeah, it was a lot easier that way.
No, that's smart. Smart.
I'm not necessarily a homemaker by any stretch.
When it's tipping at a burlesque show, I like to crumple and throw more than fold and float.
If you crumple it, you can get more distance.
Yeah.
You better be practicing those throws because you got to go get some interviews here.
I do, and I realize like I got to find one that's like $10 a dance because I'm gonna need like 3 or 4 dances, right? Because a dance is what, 3 minutes?
Are you doing an expose?
3 minutes? You think I can get a good question response in 3 minutes?
Well, do you get to pick the song? Tell her you want Master of Puppets.
Will you dance to American Pie?
The full version.
Full version, please. Inagata-Davida.
There's a Dream Theater song Changes uses. I pissed my dad off so bad. We went to go play pool when I was going to visit him in Oklahoma. And I was like, here, Dad, watch this. For $1, I can take up this jukebox for over an hour. I played that Dream Theater song, which is 26 minutes. I played Master of Puppets, which is another like 14 minutes. And there was like 2 others that basically he was so mad. I'm so sick of this song. Oh, what were the other 2 songs? Fuck, I don't remember. All right, next question, Dan. Salt and vinegar or barbecue chips?
Chips?
Yeah.
You're literally describing my 2 favorite flavors. I like, when I was just in Ireland, they had malt vinegar.
Oh, that
chips.
sounds delicious.
Holy shit. That's my favorite, all-time favorite chip. Salt and malt vinegar.
More than ketchup?
Oh. Thanks. I had forgotten about the existence of those awful ketchup chips. You know what pisses me off? I was at the store. I got Triscuit crackers that were balsamic vinegar.
Ooh, that sounds good.
That's what I said. I got home and I bit into them and it was just ketchup flavored. So fucking mad.
Those new Triscuit thins are amazing.
Yeah.
I just sent the wife to Walmart. Our wife was going to Walmart. I asked her to pick me up some of those. I'd eat those all day long.
More importantly, salt and vinegar or barbecue?
Well, if you're asking me, it's hands down salt and vinegar. I don't even care that it destroys my mouth. Barbecue can suck my ass.
Ooh, wow.
I'll occasionally like some mesquite, but no, salt and vinegar is way better.
I got to stick up for barbecue chips. I like mesquite barbecue, honey. Any flavor barbecue chips I'm on board for. Hot, sweet, it doesn't matter.
I'll eat them if there's nothing else around, but it's literally the last thing I will touch.
Safeway used to have their brand of barbecue chips that was like their natural style, and I'd go through maybe 3 bags of those a week, and then they just stopped style or brand or whatever.
Wow.
And that's one of the times I realized I'm old, when like they stopped selling my thing. I loved that thing they sold. How dare they stop?
Back in my day, you kept making the potato chips.
Right.
When was the last time you had a Pringles?
Oh, maybe 5 or 6 months ago. I snuck some into a movie theater.
I got some the other day just because, like, man, I haven't had Pringles in a long time. But are those actually potato chips?
Yeah, they're like the hot dog of potato chips. They're like
the potato is mashed first and then pressed into a mold.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm not crazy.
No, the cooking process is different too. Like it's like one of the reasons potato chips have their random shape is, they're all being sliced in straight slices, but when you throw them in the oil, they don't cook in a uniform way like some parts of potato. And anyway, God, this is great content. People are loving this.
I am loving it. Please continue. I make my own potato chips sometimes. Do you remember Mitch Hedberg's bit about Pringles?
No.
He said that he thought Pringles' original intention was to make tennis balls.
Oh.
When the rubber is supposed to show up, they got a load of potatoes. But Pringles is pretty laid back, so they're just like, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Sorry, continue telling me about Pringles.
No, yeah, fuck them.
Okay, new question. That's probably going to get edited. Paul's got a good one here. What's the best part about doing the podcast?
The women.
I think that one's easy. No. What? Wait, women? Like, we've talked to like 2 the entire time we've been doing this.
Wait, women aren't showing up at your door and jumping all over you because of this podcast, Kyle? No. You're doing it wrong.
Oh, must be. No, it's got to be the guest, though, right?
Yeah. Having this door opened where we've got access to these conversations with people I never in a million years thought I would ever get to sit down and have a conversation with. It's just, I'm still in awe.
Also, the free access to like all their stuff too is pretty sweet.
Yeah, the information. Yeah, the like, oh yeah, we'll share our stuff with you. Just keep talking about us.
Maybe the show doesn't necessarily generate like a real income yet, but it's definitely has its perks. We've been compensated, I should say.
Yeah, I've already learned enough to where if you were to die tomorrow and the show would end, I'd just be like, wow. I learned way more than most people get to learn just for doing a show.
Why do I have to die?
Well, because I'm the one doing the thinking. Like, if I died tomorrow, learning all this shit isn't going to help me.
Well, fair enough.
Because I'm a narcissist, Kyle.
Just, why do I have to die? Why couldn't I just retired or something? Maybe I won the lottery.
Oh, really? You win the lottery, you're going to stop doing the show? Come on now. It's going to turn into how does Kyle play with the lottery money?
How fast can Kyle lose this? So what's the worst part of the show? Doing the podcast?
Probably. Well, the editing's tedious. I gotta say, it's constantly having a good, the bad, and the ugly. And like everybody knows that I'm not growing at the moment, that I'm stagnating. Like it's all out there, right?
Right. The openness of it.
It's like a blessing and a curse, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. The other one I was going to throw out there is having to come up with a new title every week. Like, you ever heard of naming fatigue? Like,
that's fun for me. I don't mind that.
Oh, good. Keep doing it. That and the episode descriptions, having to write those. Like, what the fuck did we talk about a week ago?
Yeah.
And if I was organized and smart, I'd just write them right as soon as we get off the conversation with them. But like, no, the day's over. It's time to go relax. Good question, Paul.
But I would say that though those things are the worst, they're not so bad at all. And I gladly do them.
No. The rewards definitely outweigh the bad side of it.
Yeah.
There's not really a bad side. I guess the worst is when somebody stands you up and you're just sitting around twiddling your thumbs.
Oh, yeah. We have to like chat amongst ourselves.
Yeah. Like, okay. Well, I guess this guy's not going to show up. Should we play another game of chess?
What else we got?
I've got one good one that my wife wanted me to ask you. This is a really good one. And then I'll give you a chance to ask me a really, really good one.
Okay.
Along the same lines. You performed our marriage, right? You wedded us.
That is correct.
And you married 2 other people too, or wedded 2 other people.
2 other couples.
I don't know. What's the right term? Yeah. So at the time when I asked you to do that, or after it was complete, like after the paperwork was filed, you have 3 of them that you had done. which one did you think had the best chance of success?
At the time?
Of going the distance and being like a happy couple for 20, 40 years.
You.
Really?
Yeah.
That was the one you would have picked?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I thought it was going to be your, the other, what's his name?
The bassist from my band?
Yeah.
At their wedding, the bride gave this speech where she was like, when we were first dating, he brought me flowers, and I straight up told him, these are something that's dead. You don't ever bring this to me again. And I was like, God. In my head, I'm like, who tells this story at their wedding? This is not a romantic story. This is just you saying, and I have the pants in the relationship. Like,
you do what I say.
You do what I say. Like, he tried to do something nice and sweet, and I made sure to turn that shit around on him. Like, whoa.
Who was the other wedding?
The other wedding were some friends that, they'll remain nameless, but they had gotten in a fight, and they both had pending domestic violence charges, and they thought, this'll help.
Oh, okay. I can see why.
And then there's Kyle, who's like, this is the first adult-ass grown man, Kyle. This is the first woman I've ever wanted to marry. We've got all of these very practical, real reasons, and I love her. I'm like, that's the one. That's the
was
one.
That
there.
How it went? I was pretty sure it was, hey, Dan, we need to get married. Do you want to come over this weekend and sign some paperwork?
That's how it started, but it's not like I was just like, yeah.
Oh, you took your responsibilities in the Church of Dudism?
The Church of Dudism. And you're like, why?
Do you know that site's still active?
Is it?
Yeah, I just looked on there. I need to go back and see if I can find my certificate so I can print mine out too.
Yeah. Hey, we're clergy, man. That's right.
Funny thing is, I don't think they ever even asked for it when I submitted the paperwork. They're just like, you had someone sign it? Okay, you're married.
Yeah. No, it was same here. All the weddings I performed, they're like, nobody's going to challenge you, right?
Except me. If it ever goes downhill, now I've got an excuse. Wait, it never happened.
Right.
It was a sham. You didn't have the credentials. They never checked.
You can't have half of my stuff. We were never married at all.
Although I think after 10 years, I'm pretty sure she has a good common law cause.
Right. Her name being on the accounts doesn't hurt either.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. Oh, why did I let her co-sign everything?
Everything.
Sign it all.
Co-sign or just take care of it because you can't be bothered. Thanks, honey.
She's good at it.
She is, yeah.
Love you, honey.
Love you, Laura.
All right, you want to ask me something? Is there something you've always wanted to know about?
Well, I mean, when you phrase it like that, I feel like anything I wanted to know about over the years, I've just asked you. I don't think there's anything like, ooh, Kyle would never talk about that. What is the most money you've ever lost, either gambling, trading, put cash in a suitcase and left it at a bus stop by accident? Like, what's the largest dollar amount you've ever seen disappear?
Like overnight or like over the course of a year?
Whatever you're comfortable sharing.
Remember when Meme Stock Mania started?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a lot of that money disappear.
Yeah.
I did cash some of it out, so it's kind of hard to figure out the exact numbers, but it'd probably be somewhere around 70K to six figures.
Ooh, wow.
But that's across all the stocks and everything that I had invested in. Basically, look at the peak and then me not actually like taking anything out ever.
Right.
During that, at least until we finally learned, last year or so.
Pay yourself, take profit when you got it.
Yeah. I think when AMC peaked at 70, it's like, it's going to 100,000. Why would I sell it now?
Why would I sell it now? Yeah, I had some call options that day.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah, it haunts me. I'm loading up my phone. I was downtown. I've never seen this much money. Why would I sell it now?
Right. I will say I did better on the bounce when it bounced back up into the 60s. I sold a bunch of cover calls at 30.
Nice.
If this continues to drop, then I'll just go ahead and take out this equity.
Yeah.
As far as like gambling, like I don't know. I once fucked up and made $100 bet on NC State to win the college football championship.
So you lost $100?
Well, it was like a 300 to 1 long shot or 200 to 1. I think I was just punching it in there to see like how much would I win if this actually paid off. And I didn't realize it saved the bet ticket. So when I went and actually like placed like a $5 or $20 bet on a hockey game, it placed that one too. So then I was stuck rooting for the shitty team for the entire college football season. I think they lost like the first game like 3 weeks in. Like, okay, that one's over. Fuck. That's nothing though. I mean, I've I don't know. I don't think it's been more than like maybe $1,000 at a casino. I'm usually pretty good about walking away when
before it starts to get real.
Well, ATMs have daily drawdown limits anyway, so I can say I've hit those before.
I'm pretty good at walking away when my ATM drawdown limit says you can't.
ATM tells me I can't.
You can't have any more money. I'm real good at walking away then.
Yeah.
It's a skill. Oh, man, you got iron will right there.
Hey, sometimes you need those things in place to stop yourself.
Yeah, the online. I had a day where I lost several $1,000s in online poker because I was just drunk.
Oh, shit, I've done that. Never mind. Wait a minute. You're right. Not several thousand. I think it was, I placed like 10th in an online tournament, like one of the big ones. And I actually got into it because I won a satellite entry. So like for $4, I got into this thing and I think I cashed out like a couple grand on it. And then I was sitting at a no limit hold'em table with like $1,000 buy-in, or maybe it was double that even. And I think I watched it all like completely vanish until I got to my last 1,600. I went all in, like managed to actually take that pot and break even. I got out of there so fast. Don't sit at tables above your weight limit.
Yeah, right.
You do not play the same.
Right? It's different.
I always wanted to ask you if you regretted selling the house that you had when you were working for Coca-Cola.
Oh, no, I don't regret that.
No?
Well, for one, I sold it right before the housing market crash.
Oh, you had it up through 2007?
I sold it in 2005 or 6. I sold it in 2006.
That was probably a good time.
You know, it's tough to say because I had it pretty good. I was driving trucks for Coca-Cola. I had a great 401k with them. They were matching up 7%, something crazy. I was putting 15% in, and yeah, I had that house, and yeah, I was doing good, but I hated my life, you know.
I can, I know what that's like now.
Like I had financial security, but
at what cost?
I just got home from work and I would pour a coffee mug full of brandy and I would just drink hard liquor until I was blackout drunk and then wake up and do it again. And that's no way to live, man. That's terrible.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was that bad.
Yeah, I really, really detested my life. And then I got in that car accident and had that little bit of a wake-up call, like, what am I doing with my life? I need to like my life. Like, I don't care if I'm poor. I need to enjoy life.
Right.
Yeah, so, you know, that's when I started the whole, I'm going to be in a band.
How many accidents did you get into when you're driving trucks?
3. Did we talk about that? Like, what made you think of that?
Pretty sure I remember you telling me when I was probably still in the military. We were chatting one day and you're telling me about how honesty saved you because you came clean with the accident that should have gotten you fired, and they like made an exception because it was kind of a bullshit thing anyway. Yeah, I ran over a stop sign at the jail is what happened. And at least it wasn't a prisoner.
Probably would have gotten in less trouble. Backed right over it. Yeah, and I called my boss. I'm standing there holding up the sign, and I called him, and he's like, hey, what's up? I'm like, well, I got my 3rd accident, so I'm probably going to be fired now because it's 3 strikes, you're out. And he's like, what happened?
Did you hit it on purpose?
Yeah, maybe my subconscious did. It was like, come on, Dan, get fired. You hate this shit. And he's like, are you at the Pima County Jail? I'm like, yeah, how'd you know? And he's like, because I'm on the phone with them. They're looking at you on the camera right now. Like, like, oh, well,
so he knew.
Yeah, he knew when he answered the phone.
Did you ever try to lie to your parents?
Oh, I lied to my parents all the fucking time.
Finish your story, and I'll ask that question next.
That was about all the.
Oh.
No.
Did you ever get caught lying to them?
To my parents?
Yeah, you actually. I think you told that. Did you tell that story on air about the Wiener Schnitzel?
Yeah, that was on the Hot Wings. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Damn it.
I lied to my parents as just a matter of survival. Yeah. Yeah, they were pretty fundamentalist strict. So it was like if I wanted to do anything outside the narrow parameters of their religious control, I had to do it with some lies.
We did have that in common.
Yeah. But hey, it gives you some good skills for spotting liars later in life.
This episode is brought to you by Verizon. Get a Verizon Business Unlimited plan from the network businesses rely on. Hey, Monica, with 5G Ultra Wideband in many more cities, you get up to 10 times the speed at no extra cost.
Hello, downloads in no time.
Plus, unlimited premium data and hotspot data to keep the signal flowing and your teams going. Come in or book an appointment with a Verizon business expert to find the right plan for your team. 5G Ultra Wideband available in over 1,700 cities with Business Unlimited Pro 2.0 smartphone plan. Speed comparison is to median Verizon 4G LTE speeds. Download speeds may vary depending upon network and coverage conditions and content optimization for 5G Ultra Wideband.
Whether you need to restock the fridge or just have a sudden, intense craving for cheese puffs, Kroger Delivery will get you just what you need in as little as 30 minutes. From groceries to household items, Kroger delivers right to your door. So don't let one major craving have you reaching for your car keys. Open the Kroger app and start your cart, whatever the cart. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Delivery times not guaranteed. Restrictions may apply. See site for details.
I know what you're doing. I've done that one before.
Right.
Well, I would have made a good dad, huh?
I said no, you can't go to that place, and now all of a sudden you're going to stay the night at this other friend's house? Yeah, sure. Sure you are.
I was like the younger one, Maddie, when she was a teenager, they got the Find My iPhone so you can kind of see where they're at.
Yeah.
The wife would be looking at it and be like, why are they at their dad's house who's out of town? And then to call him and be like, oh, my phone must not be working. I'm staying there right now. I swear.
Right.
No, it wasn't. It was broken. It was not broken.
It was not broken. They're throwing a party.
Yeah. Or just going somewhere else and not doing what they said they were going to do. But yeah, that kid's lying. Lying liar face.
Lying liars and the lies they tell.
All right, what else we got? You got any more questions? Ask me something, Dan. Ask me a good one.
Ask you a good one. What is what's the craziest drinking story from the Navy that you have?
Shit. Which one?
The craziest. The one that you don't tell in mixed company.
The one that I don't tell in mixed company. Oh, man.
Oh, I might have to edit this out. If this is the end of the episode, it's a good story, listeners.
Trying to think of which one I wouldn't tell.
That's true. That's a loaded question. You don't hold back in mixed company.
All right. I don't think I've ever completely told the story of what happened when I got my first DUI.
Oh, shit.
At the casino. This is at the casino in Washington. It was one of those little shitty Indian casinos, but it was maybe the size of a good size house, not a big one by any stretch of the imagination. There's maybe 20 slot machines, a couple blackjack tables, one pai gow, and a little poker room. I used to always go play in the poker room.
Yeah.
And rum and cokes back in that day were the things that I liked to enjoy and imbibe in, and I had quite a few of those. I guess more than I thought I did because I wasn't really feeling all that drunk.
Yeah.
I was really feeling good because I got the number from the poker dealer. She was a good looking girl, and I was excited to finally try to take her on a date. And then when the night came, I was getting ready to go back. So I got in my car, and then I started driving back to my apartment that I was renting. And I must have driven over a curb or something because I popped one of the tires on the front driver's side, or the front passenger side, I think it was. And I guess I was so blitzed out that I didn't even realize that the tire was popped. And so I'm driving with the car shaking like crazy.
Why is it pulling to the right?
Pulling to the right. I must have been throwing up sparks down the road. And I can just picture like what the person saw. Someone called the cops on me.
Oh, yeah.
And like I drove for a good half a mile before I finally pulled over. And I was like, I don't know where the fuck I even am. So I pulled into like this Burger King parking lot, and I was trying to find a jack. I went inside to go ask the guys if they had a jack, and like, they were just staring out the window at me as I pulled in with this flat tire. And they're like, "What the fuck is going on?
You guys got a jack over here?"
I'm actually on the ground trying to jack it up with the little shitty one that it comes with the car. When the police actually show up and actually arrest me right there at that point.
Yeah.
The worst part about this whole thing was that I actually ruined the 13-month DUI-free streak that the boat had going.
Oh, shit.
And this was less than a month after I'd actually like checked in. Like that was my first impression with the entire command.
I didn't realize that. I never heard that part of the story. Whoa.
Oh, God. And then the chief who had to come get me out of jail, like he was so fucking pissed. It was like disappointing my father again. Like, oh, I remember that emotion. So,
oh yeah.
And then just the whole fucking despair of the whole thing. Like, man, you want to talk about fucking up? Like, man, you realize you really fucked up when you do something like that.
Yeah.
Crazy thing was, I never got in trouble through the military though.
Oh, they just let the civilian penalties stand.
No, they were supposed to be waiting for the civilian penalties, but I got a good lawyer. They actually knocked it down to like a negligent first because it was a first offense. I found out later that the chief of the boat was actually really pissed off that I was even like going to trial or getting charged because I wasn't actually physically driving. It's like, oh, come on, dude.
When they came and got you?
When they came and got me, yeah, I wasn't actually physically driving the car, so it shouldn't have been a DUI in his mind. But he wanted to keep his record more than anything else. He didn't care about me.
Well, here's the crazy thing is if you had some like empty booze cans at that gas station, you could have claimed like, I got the flat tire and I was so stressed I just started drinking.
Right.
You could have got away with that.
Probably could have. Anyway, what ended up happening was they had a change of command. Like we got a new captain, like in the time that it took for the trial to actually finish.
Oh, wow. So the new captain just didn't know about it.
Yeah. I asked the EDMC, another one of the chief is in charge of engineering division. I was like, dude, what's going on? Like, this is after a patrol even. Like, this is like 6 months later. I was like, am I still in trouble for this thing or what? And he's like, I would never bring it up again. Deal.
Oh, no.
But when I went back to actually go get the car finally, I wasn't even going the right direction to go home. I was going the wrong way.
That's fucking, oh, my God.
So I must have been really fucked up.
You were fucking hammered.
Really just lucky I didn't kill anybody. So
way before Uber, and Lyft for sure.
Yep. How's that for a story to end on?
That's oof. Well, I didn't think we were going to fill that whole hour, but here we are.
Fucking A, right? If people like this, we might have to do some more of these. Maybe get like George on here one of these times and do a more informal, get to know the person behind the trader, know the trader behind the trades, kind of.
Yeah. No, let's do it. Let's get all our regulars on here, and we'll curate a set of questions, and then we'll have some specific guest questions depending on who it is. Yeah, no, I like it.
There's a ton of Australia questions I want to know. Where's Anthony?
All right, well, folks, we're sorry this wasn't the fun episode. Yeah,
this wasn't just in English talking about how you can loan your devalued crypto to yourself.
Yes, we're sorry.
Oh, wait, no, we're still getting him. Wait, no. Let me pick a different one.
We're sorry this wasn't a thrilling interview episode, and you just got me and Kyle hanging out reminiscing about the past. But if you've made it this far, we're glad you stuck around. Hope you had a good time. If you want to know more, we always have the Ask a Bull up on our Discord. Throw some questions there.
Yeah. And if you enjoyed it, hit that like button.
Hit that like button. Let people know.
Is that how that works on podcasts? 5 stars. Leave a review. Do something. Tell your friends. Buy a sticker.
Buy a sticker. There you go. And we'll be back at you soon with another regular episode. But until then, happy trades.
Bye, folks.
Two Bulls in a China Shop is an entertainment program, and all thoughts and opinions expressed in the show belong to the hosts and not of any company. They are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual or on any specific security or investment product. It is only intended to provide entertainment about stocks in the financial industry of trading. If you make trades based on what you hear in this show, you assume all risks for those trades.